All right, fresh cranberries. I love making a cranberry sauce every year. I kind of tend to just kind of tweak the recipe every year, but it's pretty much the same. I actually love cranberry sauce homemade, even in the can, even in those loaves like the jelly rolls, but it's seriously better when you're doing it yourself. So awesome way to build layers. So I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna get some like orange zest, fresh orange juice, some lime zest, allspice cinnamon, a few other ingredients that I'll kind of walk this recipe through, and it's just gonna go on the Traeger and do its thing. When it's all said and done and they start breaking down, it's just an awesome sauce to top on your Thanksgiving, your pork, anything like that. It's a good pairing for pork, poultry, anything like that. So cranberry sauce coming up. Okay, so fresh cranberries, fun to work with. So we're making a sauce, like I said. Here's all my ingredients. This is a recipe I did last year. I'm changing it up a bit this year, but kind of keeping it the same. So basically got the zest. I zested 2 oranges and 2 limes. I mean, we're building flavors as we go. So the zest of 2 oranges, 2 limes, boom. So within those 2 limes, I got the juice and the 2 oranges. I got the juice from those. Also, 1 cup of water. Just some water. Here we go. I got about 1.5 cups of Granny Smith apples out. Last year I did about a cup, but I got a few more cranberries on this one. So, but it's up to you. 1.5 cups of Granny Smith apples. Now remember, as this is cooking, this is all going to break down. So this doesn't have to be uniform. This is all going to break down and just kind of marry together. Here's sugar. So I got 1 cup of sugar, and this can vary. You can add more during the cook if it's a little too tart. So this is kind of to your liking. So we got the sugar going in there. We're gonna mix all this together, and then I got some spices. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, cinnamon, and allspice. That's what we got there. Little something there. And then my last ingredient is apple cider vinegar, which is right. Did I put that? No, I didn't pour it yet. Actually, I've got this. Let me go to my second to the last. So I'm actually incorporating the Traeger smoked simple syrup this year. Sorry about that. And so I got 1/3 cup of that's going in. And then we're gonna add our apple cider vinegar, which is, I'm reading the recipe as we speak. There we go, apple cider vinegar. Oh, it's 1/2 cup. Talk about on the go recipe. Sometimes just kind of wing it. There we go. So some of these flavors obviously are pretty potent, but this is all going to cook down. 350 degrees on the Traeger. All that liquid's gonna help get these cranberries to open up, and when this is all said and done, it's just gonna be an awesome cranberry sauce for the holidays. But like I said, a sauce like this is good on chicken, pork, turkey, stuffing. Cranberry sauce is pretty versatile on itself, so we'll go get this on the Traeger at 350 degrees and keep an eye on it. Okay, there we go. Look how vibrant that is. Yeah, fresh cranberry sauce coming up. We've got the Traeger preheated to 350, so we're just gonna let it do its thing. This will probably take an hour or two, probably a couple hours to get all this to break down and marry together, and you'll see the end result. But we'll keep track of it. Okay, we're about to check it. Sorry about all the background noise. Never stops, but we're gonna check this. It's been 1 hour and 15 minutes, just so you know. I haven't stirred it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. 350 degrees. Kind of see what's going on. Eventually these are gonna start breaking down. Here we go. It's coming together. Okay, literally at the 2-hour mark at 350 degrees. Have not changed the temperature. Got the smell. So within the next hour, these are gonna really start popping. Wow, the smell is amazing. So let's just close the lid and let it keep going. Okay, so we are 3 hours in, right on the money, 350 degrees. The key is trying to get the cranberries, they pop. After a while, they're reducing down. The water starts reducing, all the flavors start meshing together. The apples start, breaking down. We're about at that point now. So 3 hours in, we won't have much after this. So it's looking like a 3.5 hour cook. We'll see. About to look, but you'll see the difference from when they started through the process and now. Right now, when I open it, they're gonna be broke down and you can kind of start mixing it up. So let's take a look. What's under the hood? Okay, there we go. See that? That's what we're looking for. So you just kind of work it around. It's close to being done already. It depends on how thick or thin you want it. It's, if this came off and cooled down, it'd probably tighten up. So at this point, you can actually start taste testing it. And add a little bit more sugar if you like, because that might be too tart for some people. So at this point, you just kind of add what you want. But we'll let it go a little bit further. Okay, we're at the 3 hour mark still. I just stirred it. I taste tested it. So, like I said, I always put around a cup of sugar because I know it's going to be tart. I'd rather it be at that level than just by the time it's done, it's just over sweet, and I'm not looking for that. So I add sugar as I go. So actually I added another half a cup of sugar to this product that's here now, which it's only probably got maybe, so I think we're gonna be at a 3 hour and 30 minute mark on this cranberry sauce with the Granny Smith apples. Everything's breaking down real nice, and it's got still plenty of that tart that we look for in the cranberry sauce, but the sweetness. So we'll keeping track of it. All right, you guys, to close out this recipe, 3 hours and 15 minutes long. I know my recipes that I post aren't as polished as most of them you see. I get all the information for you guys in my videos, getting all the ingredients earlier. I was actually reading my recipe from last year, trying to get it down to where I had it, but I was adding the Traeger simple syrup. So, like I said, not polished, but if you follow along, I'll never steer you the wrong way. And please, put your own touch on it. 3 hours and 15 minutes, 350 degrees. You see it break down. I wasn't even stirring as much as I did last year. The first hour and 15 minutes, I didn't even touch it. But eventually those cranberries will start breaking down. The Granny Smith apple will start breaking up. And it's just an awesome sauce. So I'll give you guys a last close-up on it, but we're ready to roll. Here we go. Still got a little chunky apple, not much, but last year I think I took it further. This is actually the consistency I want it right now. And you got to remember, when you pull it off, it'll kind of seize up, so it'll thicken up a little bit, but this is actually what I'm looking for. So fresh cranberries, Granny Smith apples, boom.